Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Chem Insider. In the previous video we discussed about certain chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones. Now this particular video will be the last topic of chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones. When you come across aldehydes and ketones, those already I have discussed in the previous videos, they undergo certain reactions which are quite familiar to us, right? Like oxidation, reduction, and there are nucleophilic substitution, etc. And further, when you compare aldehydes and ketones, they undergo a particular specific reaction which involves their alpha hydrogen present in a given particular aldehyde or ketone. So, that is, if you consider an aldehyde or a ketone with an alpha hydrogen, so let us say this is an R group, it may be a hydrogen or maybe an alkyl group, so let us write like this. So, if you have an alpha carbon, as we have discussed earlier itself while naming the compounds, the carbon present next to the carbonyl carbon is called the alpha carbon, and the hydrogen attached to that particular carbon is called the alpha hydrogen. So this is alpha carbon, this is alpha hydrogen. So whenever you come across the compounds which have at least one alpha hydrogen, whenever you come across the compounds which have like aldehydes or ketones which have at least one alpha hydrogen, their acidic strength of that particular hydrogen is very much high. This particular alpha hydrogen has a very high acidic nature. That is because when you remove this alpha hydrogen by using certain bases, that is, in the presence of a base, what happens is this hydrogen will be lost, leading to a formation of resonance structures of its respective conjugated acid. So, its conjugate base forms a proper structure that is like this, CH2 with a minus charge, carbon with a double bond O. Okay, this particular conjugate base of this aldehyde or ketone has two resonance structure where this negative charge comes over this bond of carbon and carbon, and the bond of carbon oxygen results in a negative charge on the oxygen. So the conjugate base of aldehydes or ketones which has an alpha hydrogen is more acidic because the conjugate base of the particular alpha hydrogen aldehyde or ketone undergoes conjugation. That is, it results in resonance structures. So therefore, this particular hydrogen is more acidic to be in nature. Further, this particular alpha hydrogen makes these aldehydes or ketones to undergo certain different types of reaction where there is involvement of this particular alpha hydrogen. So there are certain reactions such as aldol condensation, cross aldol condensation. We'll discuss about those reactions in this today's video. So first we'll discuss about aldol condensation. So what is this aldol condensation? An aldol condensation is a process where you treat aldehydes or ketones with concentrated dilute alkalis, when you treat aldehydes or ketones with alkalic hydroxides, what happens is the alpha hydrogen present in the particular aldehyde or ketone involves condensation to form an alcohol aldehyde or an alcohol keto group, which is called as aldehyde aldo group or a ketol group. Like for example, if you consider a molecule such as CH3, C double bond O, H. If you consider this ethanol, it has an alpha hydrogen, right? So if you want to write, you can write it as CH2H. So when you treat an aldehyde or a ketone separately in the presence of alkali, what happens is the alpha hydrogen initiates a reaction to form an aldol compound in case of aldehyde and a ketol compound in case of ketone, which later loses a molecule of water to form respective aldol condensated product. Like for example, let us say a molecule of CH3, C double bond O, H is treated with one more molecule of ethanol. What happens here is the carbonyl carbon attacks this particular carbon atom. The carbonyl carbon attacks this particular carbon atom, leading to the formation of CH3C. This bond will be broken down. This bond will be broken down to form OH. Okay, and sorry, that is not the way. First, the lone pair of electrons present on the oxygen attacks the hydrogen of alpha hydrogen, which results in the minus charge on this carbon. That minus charge will later attack this carbonyl carbon. Okay, so therefore, first we form a OH group on the carbon atom, and then we form a bond between this carbon and this particular carbon. So we have one hydrogen over here, one more carbon of this, H2, C double bond O, H. So this particular compound is called the aldol product. This is called aldol. So aldols are the compounds which have a beta hydroxy. If this is the aldehyde group, this is the alpha carbon, this is the beta carbon. So aldols are the compounds which have a beta hydroxy aldehyde group present in it. So aldols are nothing but beta hydroxy aldehyde groups. Beta hydroxy aldehyde compounds are called aldols. Okay, so this particular aldol that is formed in the presence of alkali such as potassium hydroxide or sodium hydroxide loses a molecule of water as they are not stable. They lose a molecule of water between the alpha and the beta carbon. So alpha carbon will be losing an hydrogen atom and beta carbon will be losing the OH molecule to form a double bond between themselves. CH3, CH, double bond CH, C double bond O, H. This is called the aldol condensation product. This product is called the aldol condensation product. Okay, so this is the reaction. So what happens here is, when you treat aldehydes with the dilute alkali, what happens is the carbonyl carbon and oxygen group. The oxygen present with the lone pair of electrons attacks the hydrogen, that is the alpha hydrogen, because this oxygen is a basic in nature. Therefore, this attacks the acidic hydrogen. Once this bond is broken down, this carbon will be gaining a negative charge. That negative charge will be attacking the electrophilic center of carbonyl carbon. So therefore, it leads to the formation of bond between carbon of the one aldehyde group and the carbon of the other aldehyde group, such as forming an aldol product, which is called the beta hydroxy aldehyde. Since this beta hydroxy aldehyde is not quite stable, they readily lose a molecule of water between the alpha and the beta carbon atoms, leading to formation of double bond. That particular compound is called the aldol condensation product, and this whole reaction is called the aldol condensation. Even though if you consider a ketone group undergoing this particular same reaction, this is also called as an aldol condensation itself. We won't call it as a ketol condensation. Even though the product formed is a keto product, we completely call this condensation as a aldol condensation only. Now let us consider an example involving ketone condensation. C double bond O, CH3, CH2H, and one more molecule of CH3, C double bond O, CH3. So now the lone pair of electrons on this oxygen attacks this hydrogen. The negative charge which is gained by this carbon attacks this carbon. Okay, sorry, attacks this carbon. So therefore it leads to the formation of, so first I'll write it down, COH, CH3, CH3. Okay, C, oxygen has gained an hydrogen, OH, CH3, CH3 which are already present over there. Next, this carbon is being attacked to this carbon, so therefore CH2, C double bond O, CH3. So this is again having a beta OH group. So beta hydroxy ketone. So this is a beta hydroxy ketone. Therefore it is called the ketol group, which later loses a molecule of water on heating. So it loses a molecule of water to form CH3, CH3, C double bond, CH2, C double bond O, CH3. So these are the products formed by the aldol condensation. So for necessary condition for the aldol condensation to occur is the aldehyde or a keto group should contain an alpha hydrogen. If there is presence of at least one alpha hydrogen, that particular reaction will undergo aldol condensation in presence of alkalis such as potassium hydroxide or sodium hydroxide. So this is all about the aldol condensation, where this aldol condensation involves reaction of same two aldehydes or same two ketones. Next is cross aldol condensation. So cross aldol condensation is a process where we use either two different aldehydes or two different ketones or an aldehyde and a keto group. If you use two different aldehydes or two different ketones or an aldehyde and a ketone, then those condensation is called as the cross aldol condensation. And further, in this particular cross aldol condensation, if you are using two groups, either a ketone or an aldehyde, both having an alpha hydrogen, if both of them have alpha hydrogen, they lead to the formation of four products. So cross aldol condensation takes place between either two aldehydes or two ketones or an aldehyde and a ketone. And if both of them have alpha hydrogen, if both of the aldehydes or both of the ketones or the aldehyde and the ketone group have alpha hydrogen, then those reactions lead to the formation of four products. That is two products which is a result of self aldol condensation. Let us say if you are using an ethanol and a propanol. So what happens is CH3 C double bond O H with CH3 CH2 C double bond O H. So if you are using an ethanol and a propanol, so this is two different aldehyde groups. When you use two different aldehyde groups and you observe carefully, both of these have a alpha hydrogen. So therefore, they will be forming four products. One because of self condensation, and the other is because of intercondensation. Okay, two products will be because of the self condensation and two products will be because of the intercondensation. So I'm going to write directly to the aldol condensated product, where it completely forms a carbon-carbon double bond. So carefully observe over here. In the first condition, this is an ethanol, which we have discussed earlier itself. It forms CH3, CH double bond, CH, C double bond O, H. Okay, so this is the one product because of the self-condensation of ethanol. Now for the second product, carefully observe over here, there will be a slight bit of confusion. So what happens here is, let us consider one more here over itself, CH3, CH, H, C double bond O, H. So what happens in this reaction? Oxygen of one lone pair of electron attacks this, and this carbon will be attacking this carbonyl carbon. So therefore will involve in a formation of carbon and CH3 substitution. So therefore the self-condensation of propanol, what we observe the compound will be as CH3, CH2, CH double bond C, which loses a hydrogen and has a methyl group present in it, and is also attached to C double bond O H. So this is the product formed because of the self-condensation of propanol. Now for the intercondensation of ethanol with propanol. Next, for the third product, what I am going to do here is, we are considering the alpha hydrogen of ethanol. So here I am considering the alpha hydrogen of ethanol. So this lone pair of electrons attacks this carbon. That means it takes the proton away from here, and this carbon minus charge attacks this particular carbonyl carbon. Okay. So now first you need to write this down. So that is CH3, CH2, C, which has OH group, and it will be attached by the CH2 group and a hydrogen which is already present over here. We have a CH2 group from this carbon and leading to the formation of C double bond OH. Okay, this will be the product, and now we'll be losing hydrogen from this particular carbon and OH from this carbon, leading to the formation of double bond CH double bond CH. So this will be the condensation because of considering the alpha hydrogen of ethanol. Now if you consider the alpha hydrogen of propanol, this will be forming a OH group. Therefore first CH3 C double COH, this carbon forms a OH group by attacking this hydrogen, and we have a hydrogen group present over there, and then it will be attached to this CH. It will be having a CH3 group and attached to C double bond OH. So this loses a molecule of water, hydrogen and OH being lost, it forms a double bond here. So these are the four products formed because of the two different aldehyde groups which have alpha hydrogen. Two products are formed because of the intercondensation between the aldehyde groups, and two products because of the self-condensation of the aldehyde and aldehyde group respectively. Okay, so this is cross-aldol condensation. Next, we'll discuss about Cannizzaro reaction. So now we learnt about condensation involving alpha hydrogen of a compound. So what if a compound does not have a alpha hydrogen? If a compound, or that is an aldehyde or ketone, usually ketones carry an alpha hydrogen, especially those which are not carrying the alpha hydrogen are which involves two benzene ring on either side. So whenever you consider an aldehyde or a keto group, aldehyde or a carbonyl group, especially those with the aldehydes. So whenever an aldehyde group does not have an alpha hydrogen, they undergo self-condensation to form a reduced product and an oxidized product. So that is nothing but the disproportionation reaction. So that particular reaction is called the Cannizzaro reaction. Cannizzaro reaction. So in this reaction we are going to consider aldehydes which do not have an alpha hydrogen. For example, formaldehyde. So this carbon is attached to hydrogen atoms, and clearly there is no alpha carbon, and clearly there will be no alpha hydrogen. And do not confuse this hydrogen as the alpha hydrogen. So alpha hydrogen are those which are connected to the alpha carbon itself, but not the carbonyl carbon. Okay, so we can take an example of aldehyde from this, and we can one more take an example of benzaldehyde for aldehydes which do not have an alpha hydrogen. Okay, so when an aldehyde which does not have an alpha hydrogen is treated with strong potassium hydroxide or sodium hydroxide alkali, they undergo disproportionation reaction to form an alcohol and a sodium salt of carboxylic acid. So let us consider C double bond O H H with C double bond O H and H. So these two in presence of concentrated potassium hydroxide. So what happens is one of the aldehyde group will undergo reduction to form alcohol, and the other will undergo oxidation to form carboxylic acid salt. So that is C H H OH, and the other one will be forming CH C double bond O OK. So this is potassium salt of carboxylic acid. Potassium salt of carboxylic acid. So this is the reaction. So Cannizzaro reaction is nothing but when you treat aldehydes or ketones which do not have an alpha hydrogen, they undergo self-disproportionation reaction which results in an oxidized and a reduced product. So aldehydes on oxidation forms carboxylic acid, aldehydes on reduction forms alcohol. So therefore, when you treat two aldehydes which do not have an alpha hydrogen, they form an alcohol and a potassium salt of or sodium salt of carboxylic acid. So now you can consider one more example of benzaldehyde. when you treat benzaldehyde with concentrated sodium hydroxide, when you treat benzaldehyde with concentrated sodium hydroxide, they undergo self-condensation to form benzyl alcohol, which is nothing but the phenol group. Benzyl alcohol CH2OH and one benzoic acid salt of sodium COONA. So these are the two products formed by the reaction between aldehydes or ketones which do not have an alpha hydrogen when they are treated with concentrated alkalis such as sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. Next is the reaction of electrophilic substitution. Aldehydes and ketones which have alpha hydrogen or which does not have alpha hydrogen, what we observe is the aldehyde group usually undergo electrophilic substitution reaction, and since they are electron deactivating group, that means they are electron withdrawing groups, what they do is they they influence the incoming nucleophile or electrophile to attack on the meta position. So electrophilic substitution reactions. So the CHO group present on the benzene ring, is an electron deactivating group. Therefore, when these benzaldehyde are treated with concentrated nitric acid and sulfuric acid mixture, they undergo nitration of this product, that is electrophilic addition of nitrate group at the meta position, but not at the para or ortho position. So they form meta derivation product. So this is meta-nitrobenzaldehyde. So benzaldehyde which have an aldehyde group present in it undergoes electrophilic substitution reaction to form meta-substituted product. This is because the CHO group present on the benzene ring removes the electron present on the benzene ring and increases the negative charge at the meta position than at the ortho and para position. Therefore, the incoming electrophile will be positioned at the meta position. Okay, so this is about the electrophilic substitution reactions of benzaldehyde, and this comes to an end of chemical properties of aldehydes and ketones. In the next class, we will be discussing about carboxylic acids nomenclature and their preparation. I hope you have understood the reactions which we have explained here. If you have any doubt, please do comment down below, or you can mail those doubts to me which I have provided in the description box. Thank you for watching.